$21,000, 21 mountains, 21 consecutive days. It's called the Courage to Summit 21 by 21 Challenge for men's mental health. Here to talk all the 21s, welcome to the show, Dale Simpson, joining us from an airport right now as he prepares for this challenge. Welcome to Connect, Dale.
Hi. Awesome. That's really great. I love the introduction. Thank you.
Well, tell me 21,000, 21 mountains, and 21 consecutive days. What is it that you are up to here?
So it's basically, 21 days, that's as many days as I could get off in a row over the summer to do this challenge. So essentially what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to summit one mountain per day for 21 days. And the 21 just comes really from that, as many as I could get off in a row, right? So, yeah, and it's just symbolic of like the money we're trying to raise is for men's mental health. There's obviously a lot of help in Alberta, but there's kind of, it seems like there's a lack of connection-based help in that, you go to counseling, you go to wherever you're going to go to get help, and then after that you kind of go back to wherever you were doing before, right? So I know for me personally, coming into recovery from addiction and alcoholism and stuff, it was very profound for me to get connected with some other people that had been through it, and that was the change for me, right? So yeah, essentially it's just symbolic. It's hard living a life with anxiety and depression, addiction, and I do that, right? And so I feel like symbolically it was going to be something that I could do to bring awareness to that there is solutions to this, there is help to this, there is alone, and that you can recover, you can live a full life doing this, and at the same time, I really truly believe that we live in one of the most beautiful places on earth. And getting into the Kananaskis Valley and Banff National Park and all this, and seeing the mountains that are literally in our backyard, that was a huge help for me as well through all of that. Getting connected to the land that is right in our backyard, an hour down the road, right? So yeah, essentially that's what it is.
What is your home city or town, Dale?
I live in Calgary now. I was born and raised in northern BC, but I live in Calgary now.
You live in Calgary now, and so were your struggles with depression and anxiety and addiction before your life in Calgary? Have they been a lifelong battle for you and your family?
Yeah, for the last 20 years for me personally, right? And I'm the father of like, I'm the only parent to two teenage kids now, right? I'll be 41 this summer, and it's been a long time that I've dealt with this, and I've had success. I've had long periods of sobriety in the past, and then other times that it was not looking so bright for me, right? And so, yeah, long story short, it's been something that I deal with, and I really truly feel like you never actually get over it completely, right? It's living with something, so managing it, if you will, I guess. So,
what role does the outdoors and being someone who is a self-described adventurer, what role does the nature and the wilderness play in your mental health?
Well, it's just, for me personally, there's a spiritual connection, right? That's a huge portion of it to me. It's incredibly beautiful. There's always a physical aspect to it, and any type of physical exertion or exercise, there's natural dopamine created when you're outside, and just honestly accomplishing something is huge for anybody dealing with any type of addiction or isolation, and also getting connected with other people to do it outside is just, it's a game changer, right? Like, I lived my life a long time alone, feeling alone with my feelings. A lot of the other aspects of life, I was around people, but you can stand in a room full of people and feel absolutely completely alone if you're not understood, right? And so that was huge. So the outside for me is really just, I don't want to say it's an escape, it's just, it really just feels amazing, and it is incredibly beautiful. We live in an incredibly beautiful place, and just I felt like a different person when I started partaking in the Kananaskis Valley, right? So, yeah.
What I think you said, Dale, connects to so many people, that busyness or franticness is not companionship. Just because you're around energy doesn't mean that it comes to you. And sometimes it's when you are in the still and the quiet that you actually feel the most connected and peaceful. So it's a part of life that I think a lot of people are still learning to grapple with, which is you can be surrounded by bodies, but that doesn't necessarily make you feel that you are not lonesome.
100%, absolutely. And I feel like, for me personally, dealing with all the things that I've dealt with and already listed, right? Unless you're able to be honest about a lot of that stuff, you really can't find a way out. It's like if you don't know where you are on a map, the map is useless, right?
Well, and so you are helping out. You are doing your part by doing the Courage to Summit. Tell me where the adventure begins and also how people can follow along with you as well.
Yeah, so it's all done through, it'll all be online, right? Plants for a Purpose. Ian Potapoff has this not-for-profit that it's essentially started by him and I, and it's there. So that's plantsforapurpose.ca is where you can get linked up. Courage to Summit is the initiative that we've got going on. So you can find us on Facebook, you can find us on Instagram. Any of that stuff, you can message and be a part of that. If you go to the Plant for a Purpose website, there's a link to the GoFundMe that we're trying to that we have there, right? So it's a really, really great website. It's functional and it's easy to navigate, and it's beautiful, right? And Ian has built all that stuff, and yeah, get involved, get in touch. Everybody can help, right?
And you officially start on Wednesday, right? And then we officially get into the 21 days.
That's correct. Yeah, July 3rd to 23rd, and I'll be at a bunch of random places throughout that time, just solo climbing, solo doing these mountains, and so essentially it's going to just be kind of a dynamic effort into going and doing a mountain every day. I've got a list of 25 that I'd like to do, but the order is kind of dependent on weather, right? A couple of factors. So
life's order doesn't always work out as we'd like it to, Dale.
Exactly.
We'll check in either when you're available during the adventure and the summit, or when you come back, and you can donate and check out the path of 21,000 over 21 mountains in 21 consecutive days at couragetosummit.com. That is Dale Simpson doing this for money and awareness for men's mental health. Thank you for joining our show this afternoon, Dale, and I wish you all the best of luck in this adventure and trek for you and those that you're doing it for.
Beautiful. I very much appreciate your interest, and thanks again. It was really nice to chat with you guys. Good luck, everyone. Much love.